In 1996, when the Taliban first took control of Afghanistan, almost no country recognized their government except Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. Russia refused to recognize the Taliban and considered them a terrorist group for over 20 years. But when they came back to power in 2021, Russia gradually built relationships with the group. Finally, in July 2025, Russia became the first country to officially recognize the Taliban government. Why did Russia change its position? What is the reason behind Russia's decision to build relationships with the Taliban after 2021? Let's break it down in this video. When the Taliban first controlled Afghanistan, Russia wanted nothing to do with them. In fact, Russia was on the other side. They supported the Northern Alliance, the group that was fighting to stop the Taliban. According to The Guardian, old Soviet tanks, helicopters, and Kalashnikovs are being supplied in a multi-million-dollar arms deal between Russia and the Northern Alliance. In 1993, during the Tajikistan civil war, Tajik rebels based in Afghanistan attacked a Russian border outpost in Tajikistan, killing 25 Russian soldiers. These rebels were part of the United Tajik Opposition, a group of Islamist Democrats and regional fighters trying to bring down Tajikistan's government. Reports of Afghan support for the rebels, part of the United Tajik Opposition against Dushanbe government, led to cold relations between Russia and Afghanistan. Russia also faced bloody war in Chechnya, and Taliban in Afghanistan were accused of helping Chechen rebels by giving them shelter and training. This made Russia even more angry at the Taliban. Russia became increasingly disenchanted with the Taliban over their support for Chechen rebels and for providing a sanctuary for terrorist groups active in Central Asia and in Russia itself. Finally, in 2003, Russia officially listed the Taliban as a terrorist group. That means for over 20 years, Russia officially called the Taliban a terrorist group. When the Taliban regained power in August 2021, Russia gradually established relations and pursued significant trade and economic opportunities, especially in energy, transport, agriculture, and infrastructure. And in April 2025, Russia's Supreme Court made a big move. They removed the Taliban from their terrorist list. That opened the door for Russia to officially recognize them just a few months later. But why did Russia change its mind? There are several reasons. First, security. Russia now sees ISIS-K as the bigger danger. In 5 September 2022, Islamic State Khorasan province ISIS-K conducted a suicide bombing outside the embassy of Russia in Kabul, Afghanistan. At least 6 people have been killed in a suicide bombing near the entrance of the Russian embassy in Kabul. As a result of the attack, 2 employees of the diplomatic missions were killed, and there were also victims among Afghan citizens. On March 2024, 4 gunmen attacked Crocus City Hall in Moscow during a crowded concert, killing over 145 people and injuring hundreds. Now the question arises, who is ISIS-K and why would they attack Russia? Islamic State Khorasan ISIS-K named after an old term for the region that included parts of Iran, Turkmenistan, and Afghanistan, emerged in eastern Afghanistan in late 2014 and quickly established a reputation for extreme brutality. Joe Young, a professor at American University in Washington, D.C., wrote an article. ISIS-K attacked Russia because they have hated Russia for a long time. Russia has a history of hurting Muslim people in places like Chechnya and Dagestan. ISIS-K wants to prove they can hit big, powerful countries like Russia. They are also fighting the Taliban for control in the region. Since Russia is now friends with the Taliban, ISIS-K sees Russia as a target. Professor Kit Dardens wrote, "Many ISIS-K fighters come from Tajikistan. Their government is corrupt and doesn't allow Islamic political groups. This pushes people, especially young Tajiks, toward extremist groups. ISIS-K hates Russia because Russia supports countries and governments that ISIS-K sees as enemies of Islam, like Iran, Syria, and Tajikistan's government. ISIS-K is attacking Russia mainly because of these political partnerships. And the second reason for Russia wants to build new trade routes and get access to Afghanistan minerals and resources. They are also looking for new friends since Western sanctions are hurting their economy. And final reason is power. By recognizing the Taliban, Russia is showing the world they don't need to wait for US or European approval. Did Russia make a smart play, or are they making a huge mistake? Let me know in the comments.